Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to each and everyone you joining us today for the second session of Marketing Mastery series organized by the Vikings Club of University of Colombo. After the success of our first session, we are thrilled to continue this learning journey with all of you. Today's session is all about website promotion techniques, a must-know topic in the digital age for anyone involved in the marketing, entrepreneurship, or content creation. Without further delay, we will hand out the session to the resource person. Anna.
A very good evening, guys. I hope that I'm audible. So last session, so there were, I think, 37 or 38 people at a time. And today, 23 of you have joined. So I know some of us are busy with some other plans. That's okay. So you have spent your Sunday evening to this session. So try to make the best of it. So if you have any questions, you can ask anytime. So just make the best of it. That's what I can say. Okay, so let me go to the session. So before going to the session, so let me ask you the question from the last session. So just a simple questions. So how many of you are new to the session? So can you raise the hand if you have joined for new? Okay, with zero raise hand, so I believe that all are from the previous session. So last session, so we have studied, so there are several ways to start digital marketing for our small businesses, right? Can anyone say what are the ways? So I think I have explained three ways to start digital marketing for a small business. Can anyone say what are the three ways? You don't have to say all of three, but one is enough. Anyone? Meanwhile, I'll share the screen. Can anyone? So what are the three ways? Or else if you want just a small recap from the previous session, just also let me know. So when you're opening up, when you're speaking only, then we can learn more things rather than my script, right? So if you are not speaking or if you are not interacting in the session, then you'll only learn or you'll only get to know about the things which I have prepared only. So when you are asking questions or when you are opening up, then we can more things, right? So can anyone tell me what are the three ways to get into digital marketing for a small business? So there are more and more ways, but for small business, small entrepreneurs, there are several ways which we can start with $0. Can anyone? Okay, no worries. So first thing is social medias. So we can start our digital presence in social medias for free. The second is Google My Business. I have shown so how Google My Business profiles will preview in the Google search when someone search for something. Then websites, right? Websites are some key aspects for businesses, but most of the small business owners don't go for website for many reasons. So we'll discuss that also. So we are going to discuss how we can promote, how we can enhance, elevate our small businesses through websites, right? So let me start with an example. So you have to open up this time. So there are two businesses which with equal qualities, quantities, price, and everything, right? So let's take an example that you're going to Colombo, and searching for a restaurant, and you have find two restaurants, right? All are equal in quality and pricing and food range and everything. But business A has website. Business B has no website. Now my question is, which business do you prefer? Which business do you prefer? So I'm also receiving some answers from the chats, but I don't want the chats. Someone please unmute yourself and speak. A or B?
Business A,
Okay. Can you say the reason by any chance?
because a business has an website. It's very easy to understand in about the some detail about that business, and also we can search their products, their details very easily, and 24 hours 7 we can search in those things.
Exactly, Pramod. That's a quite good answer, more than enough. Thank you. So according to the statistics, 75% of the customers judge a business credibility based on its website, right? So when you are having a website, that particular websites elevate the standard of your business, even if you're a small business or any whatever the startup is. So when you are having a small website, will elevate the quality, elevate the standard. So why a business should have a website? I think Pramod has covered some of the some of the answers. Others. So why a business should have a website? So I don't want to make this session as a lecture. So just unmute yourself and speak. I never want a right answer. I want some answers. I want your ideas. Then only we can discuss that idea. We can build on that. Through that only then we can learn more aspects, more things. Yeah. Anyone? I don't prefer the chat box. Please unmute yourself and speak. If any chance, if you can't speak because of the background noises, use chat box. Anyone? Why a business should have a website? Just a simple question. Okay, the first thing is a website is a 24/7 business outlet for your shop or your business, right? Your website is working for you even while you sleep, right? Let's take that I am planning to go to a restaurant tomorrow, right? So only in the midnight 12 o'clock I am taking the decision. So what can I do? I can search through the Google. So what are the best restaurants in the town? Then go through their dishes and menus and everything. Then I can understand. I can come to decision from the results. Then affordable marketing. It is a cost-effective way to get the word about your business. Even building website is quite expensive. Comparing to the other marketing tactics you use to get the word about your business, it's quite affordable. then website build trust. So I don't have to explain how a website build trust. In many circumstances, many chances, you have experienced the same. If a business has a website, it automatically build a trust among the customers. Then you can know about your customers. You can use the website data to learn what your customers like. Right? For an example, in the traditional way, you have some menu cards for a restaurant. Right? So many of the customers are coming and going, they are using your menu cards and everything. Can you understand the customer behavior through that? Can you understand the customer behavior through that? Which product they are liking, which products they are discussing about that? Never, right? But you can predict through what they are ordering, but you can't understand what they are discussing, what their opinions or never. But through websites, you can understand which product is customer liking. So which product customer prefers, right? Which products are more attractive for the customers. So many insights you can get from your websites. So there are many tools to analyze those things. So through that insights, you can know about your customers, right? Then you can stay ahead. So that's what I have mentioned in the examples. There are two businesses, business A and business B. And most of you prefer business A. Why? Because of the website, that business has elevated its standard. But unfortunately, many small businesses, even many big businesses also, don't have a great websites. So if you are building a business website for your startup or your shop or whatever, it will give you an advantage. Like we can call it as a competitive advantage. So I can say an example for this. So a few days back, not a few days back, a long days back, I was in a discussion with some senior lecturers, professors from different universities for a discussion. So they were discussing a lot of topics, but in one point, they were discussing about increasing the standards of the state universities. They were discussing about how can we elevate the standard of the government universities. What was their pain point? What was their issue? Because most of the students are preferring. Because in the past also they were preferring, and now present also they are preferring. They are preferring some private universities because of the standard of their website. Because of the standard of their website. Standard in the sense, not about just a user interface, not about the design that the website use, because of the information they have used, because of the easiness of the website. So both everything comes under the standard. Because of the standard of the private universities, most of the students preferred to study in the private universities. There was some major issues in the past and the present also. So, but they were discussing in the perspective of websites. Right. So these are the things why a website should be perfect for a business. But there are many reasons businesses don't go behind the website. Why? First thing is cost. Even though I have mentioned a website as a affordable marketing, if you want to build a website, it requires some cost. So because of the cost, many businesses don't prefer the website. The second thing is technical skills. Website builders and templates can help even the least tech savvy, but the customers, the business persons, most of them think that it is more complicated. Even you can build a perfect website watching YouTube videos, searching in ChatGPT how to build a perfect website, then it will show many of the ways. Third one is time. A perfect website takes some time to set up. but the ongoing rewards afterward are worth it, right? If you are a small entrepreneur, if you are a small business owners, just start building your own websites. Though there are many ways you can build a website. Just go for it. Even it is, but you can build a website in an affordable cost, right? But I'm not going to say everything. Go and Google it. Go and analyze the pricing of those things. So I will say, I will explain. So what are the steps to build a perfect website in this session? So I won't share any slides. So if you want to note, if you want to make some best of it, just take a note and pen and write it down what I'm saying. So then only you can follow that pathway, then build a perfect website. So I will say some of the aspects which require some cost. So note down it, then go to Google and search about those hosting, domain pricing, then compare in between, then select the one. Then you can also build a perfect website in an affordable cost. Okay. So what are the steps to build a perfect website? So far, if you have any questions, let me know. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. So what is the first step? Not only this is the first step before creating a website, but even when you're planning a single marketing campaign, single activity, first thing you have to set your goal. Then only you can identify what are the ways that I can achieve the particular goal, right? Not only in the website building, but also when you're planning any marketing campaigns, marketing activities, you have to set up the goal. Where should I go, right? So even in the university subjects, if you want to obtain A in the final examinations, you have to follow different strategies. If you want to obtain just a C plus, then you have to follow different strategies. Every results, every goal requires different pathways, different tracks, tactics. So before that, you have to define. So what is the purpose? So where should I go at the end? Right. So before building a website, so you have to define what is the purpose of building a website, right? If you want to build a brand awareness, then you have to build different type of websites. If you want to make sales through the particular website, then you have to build different type of websites. If you want to educate your customers, if you want an informative website, then you have different style. Then if you want to build a business portfolio, then you have different business types. So first thing you have to define, so what is the purpose of the websites? So for an example, if we want to build a website which for the brand portfolio, so let's go to People's Bank. So I'm just typing the different random businesses. So if you have any ideas to check the particular websites, just let me know. Okay, sure. Let's go through this website, right? So there are more and more informations about their business loans, cards, digital banking, others, membership, and uplift. So now tell me, what is this website built for? What is their objectives? What is People's Bank's goal for this website? Guys, just be interactive, otherwise the session will be boring for me also. Can anyone tell me what is this website built for? What is their goal? Okay, then let's go to. Can anyone tell me a name of an e-commerce website? Guys, just be interactive. Can anyone tell me a name of an e-commerce website? Build trust. Smart pay. So at least send some answers through the chat box. Okay, so what is through this website? What is the goal of Keels through this website? They want to sell products through this website. Okay, then let's go to Unilever. I hope you are familiar with this brand, Unilever. Okay. The Unilever is an international brand. They use their particular website to promote their careers. Then, okay, let's go to their global website. They share their latest news and their sustainable priorities, those things, climate, nature, and other things. So this website is built for their portfolio. So they have included their brands as well, right? Right. So just to showcase their brand, show that just to build their portfolio. So they have created these particular websites. But when you go to the Unilever U store, this is the Unilever's e-commerce site, which they use to sell their products. So what can you understand from this? So they have built different websites for their different needs. So businesses can show their advertisements here as a pop-up. So those are more advantages you have through these building websites. Right here you can purchase all the Unilever's products through this. Right, but in the Unilever website you can't make any purchase. They have built the Unilever website just to showcase their brand, just to showcase their business portfolio, right? So first you have to define your purpose. So if I have built a particular website, what should be it for, right? So recently I have already in the last session, so I have said that we have a gift shop called Amazly Gift. So recently we have built a website for that. Very recently. Because earlier, so we were only doing businesses through social media, then that was more than sufficient But in our third year, so we have decided to expand our businesses via website also, right? But still this website isn't launched. Here we have created the product portfolio, then create more sections and the customer feedbacks and some of the informations, right? And then we have listed our products. You can go and even you can make a purchase through this. But still we haven't set up, as I have said, the website isn't launched yet. Even you can purchase through this website. So according to your business objectives, you can structure your websites. The second thing, after you have decided to build a website and decide what type of website it should be, the second thing you have to do is customer analysis. Okay, let's take Amazly for an example, right? So I'm going to build a website for Amazly. So I have decided that I have to showcase my products, and also I have to sell. I have to increase the sales through the website. So this is my objective. This is my goal. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do competitor analysis, right? So how can I identify my competitors? How can I identify my competitors? I know there are several gift shops even in Trincomalee. So those are my direct competitors. But the direct competitors won't be the competitors in web internet, right? So those are my direct competitors in Trincomalee. But when you take the internet, when you take the websites, the competitors will be different. So how can I identify that? First, prioritize your local competitors and analyze their websites. Then go to the Google and use a keyword. Let's check that which keyword my customers use to find me. Gift shop in Sri Lanka. Right? So these are my competitors. Wish queue, like House of Gifts, Blissberry, Kapruka, Lasana. Right? So now what I have to do, I have to go and analyze these websites. So first thing, to analyze my competitors, I have used the keyword gift shop in Sri Lanka. Even you can identify different keywords in the bottom of the Google search. Yeah, you can find under people also search for surprise gift in Sri Lanka, an online gift shop in Sri Lanka, gift shop Colombo, online gift delivery Sri Lanka. So those are the other best keywords which work for. Right? If you want to identify, I'll explain these things in the SEO also. So just get an idea. So you can also find some perfect keywords also for the in the Google search. Right? So now I have to analyze these particular websites, right? So I can analyze what is their product range, what are the key products that they have, right? What are the type of photographs that they have used in the website? What are the price range? So those are the things I have to analyze. So what is their delivery duration? What are the categories that they have? What is the type of photograph that they have used? Right? Where they have used some natural photograph or illustrated images, right? So those are the things that I have to identify, right? And you have to analyze what are the strength and weakness of these websites, right? So if they have any strength, you can directly use in your website. If they have any weakness, you can correct their weakness and use perfectly in your websites. So first you have to do some strength and weakness analysis in their websites. Then you can analyze the product range, pricing category, the type of images that they have used, the number of products range that they have. Then you can go for the second websites, third websites. Then you can analyze each of them and you can make a note of it. So what are the things I can directly use in my website? What are the things I have to correct from them and use in my websites? So you have to make a analyzing report. After that, you have done competitor analysis, right? So you have defined the goal, you have analyzed your competitors. Now you are going to build your particular websites. If you take the WishQ website, you can see there is a certain color palette that they have used across the website. First, 1, 2, 3, 4 colors they have used. So you have to define your own color palette. You have to define your own color palette for the website. Then you have to define what are the type of photography that I am going to use. What are the type of font I am going to use. Like to explain this, let me go with the Canva. I think you can see my entire screen, right? If you go to the brand, let's take that I name this brand for sample one, right? You can add your logos here. Then you can select a color palette, right? Then you can add the font for their particular website. Then you can add the photographs, graphics, icons that you are going to use, and the charts you are going to use. So these are the branding guidelines. So these are the things you should define earlier. I just showed this Canva as an example. Even in the website case, you have to do the same. You have to keep the consistency across the website, not only in the website, but if you are taking any of the social media website or blog or whatever, you have to build, you have to keep the branding guidelines consistently. You have to keep a brand consistently. Then only it will be a perfect brand. For an example, let's take. I'm not sure which post will come first in my wall. So for a moment, I'll stop the sharing, right? That will be safe. I think my internet just keep loading, so I don't know why. Okay, I think we are already running out of time. So for a moment, I'll keep going with the things I have shared earlier. I hope that you can see my screen, right? So you have to define your own color palette. You have to define your some fonts. For the headings, I'm going to use these fonts. For the subheadings, I'm going to use these fonts. For the body, that I am going to use these kind of fonts, right? This is for the heading. This is for the category. So I have to keep some consistency with the fonts. Then only the website will be a good looking websites, right? For the heading, I use this font, right? For the description, this font. For the pricing, this font. So this is what I have to define earlier. Then only I can keep the consistency. Then other thing, that most of the small business owners fail. They go behind building a website from the scratch. Building a website from the scratch will be perfect, like perfect for 100%, right? But when you are starting a business from the scratch, when you are not website, business from the scratch, it's better to go behind a platform. Like you can see there is a Wix.com, Shopify, WordPress. There are several platforms where you can get more templates from, right? If you type Shopify, right, you don't need a designing skills for that. There will be predefined templates, but all of what you have to do is you have to add your products and some of the other informations which you have to add in the websites. So it will be very easier for you if you are creating a website as a beginner, right? Or else if you are a 5 to 6 year experience company in the digital marketing and the website building, then you can go behind the building a website from a scratch. But I always prefer, if you are a small business and if you don't have much technical skills, it's better to go behind these platforms. There's a Wix.com, WordPress, Shopify, right? When you are doing the competitor analysis, if you find a competitor's website as a perfect website with great designs, you can go to build with. Right here, I put the bishq.com. You can get many informations of the website from build with. No. Okay. Here I couldn't find any platforms. Seems they have built this particular website from the scratch. But here you can understand what are the frameworks, what are the tools that they have used in particular websites. So they have used Google Maps for the mappings, right? Then here we can understand that what are the links that they have included in the particular websites. Then what is the email hosting that they have used. Some terms may be too technical, but don't worry about that. Just go and understand. So they have used Amazon for their web hosting, which seems costlier than other hostings. Then they have used the SSL certifications and the other things, right? Let's go to, where is amazon.com? Okay, here. The team is building the website from the scratch. I think they have started a week ago. Let's see. Yeah, for the content management system, so they have used WordPress, right? So if you find Amazly as a good looking website in your competitor list, then you can see which platform that they have used. So you have identified that Amazly has been using WordPress. Then what you can do, you can also go for the WordPress templates, then get a one, then you can customize according to that, right? So after that, you have to go for hosting, right? So you have identified what are the templates that you have to identify. So you have selected WordPress, Wix, or Shopify, or whatever. After that, before going to the hosting or domain, you have to design your particular website, right? So what are the pages that you are going to include? Normally, the basic pages are home page, about us page, contact us. If you are a product oriented company, then you have product or services or whatever, right? You have to define the structure of your website, right? in the navigation bar, right? In the navigation bar. So what are the tabs you should have? So let's take under the shop, you are going to include category 1, category 2, category 3. So you have to clearly define the structure of your website. Like, so what are the photographs that you are going to use? What are the fonts? What is the navigation bar, right? So those are the designs structure you have to predefine before selecting a website. So after you select a template, then if you are going to customize, then you will be only working for the template. But if you predefine, so these are things I should have in a website. So let's take that I need section A, I need section B. Then you can find a template according to the design you have already predefined, right? So those are the different. Otherwise, if you are going to select a particular template and going to work on, then you will be only working with the template. You can't input any of your creativity, right? Then you have to select your domain. Domain, like if you are using your laptop and you are storing your files and then files and photos and videos in your laptop, your storage will be your laptop hard disk or SSD or whatever. But if you are storing a particular website information in the internet, you need a storage in the internet as a server, right? For that, we have to get some hosting, right? To get the hosting, there are many hosting providers, right? There is Amazon Web Services, Bluehost, Hosting, Namecheap. We have also Sri Lanka hostings, and there are many. But I prefer going behind hosting. Hosting would be okay, but you can also go for other options, then analyze, then come to a solution which hosting will work for us, right? In some of the hosting, you can host multiple websites, right? You don't only have to host a single website on the hostings, right? I think you can host up to 100 websites in a particular hosting. I think that depends based on the subscription you are providing, right? Then you have to select a particular hosting. Then you have to select a domain name, right? Also, you can buy domains from Hostinger. And if you want dot like amazleaves.lk, then you have to get from LK domain provider, right? Then you can also purchase from Shopify, Namecheap, GoDaddy. There are more and more options in the internet. Just go and search in the Google, then analyze those hosting subscription charges and everything, then come to a conclusion to what the hosting and what the domain that you're going behind. Just analyze it. I can only show you these are the ways that you have, and these are the ways that you can go through. But I can't say this is the way, right? Then you have to find, okay, which works better for me, right? Let's take immensely gives, okay, immensely gives. Here you can see there are many domain names. mhleaves.io, right? mhleaves.info. Some of the names, domain names, mhleaves.io is much costlier. It's around $60 per year, right? Then in the first year, you will have some offers as well, right? Then mhleaves.pro is $25 per year, right? In the first year, you will get it for $3. Right, then let's take mhleaves.in. It's $10 per year. Right, in the first year you can get it for $3. So if you are starting your website in the initial year, you can get much discounts. Right, the second years only they will be charging something, but you can build your website for a very cheap cost in the initial year. But in the upcoming years, they will charge their actual amount. Right. Let's see, this amazleaves.click is $12 per year. amazleaves.fund, it's $33. In the initial year, you can get your hosting for $1, just for 300 rupees, right? Then you have to select your domain name, which is a particular address for you. like for every of your houses, you have different address, which is unique for you, right? Then if someone is sending a post through a post office, so there will be the unique address for you. Like that, in the internet, you have a unique address called domain, right? Then you have to get your domain, then you have to go get the hosting, then you can build a website, right? So there are more and more tools. So now you have got the template, hosting, domain. Now you can watch a YouTube tutorial to how to build a particular WordPress or Wix or Shopify website, right? I'm not going to explain because of the time issue. There are many tutorials on the YouTube, right? Just go and watch it. After you build a website, you can analyze. So what are the things that you have to improve? So for now, I can show you. So anyhow, I'm not going to share of any of my clients' details. So since Amazly is my own startup, so I can share the things. Okay, amazlygives.com/WP admin. Right. This is where I can customize. Okay. Guys, in the chat box, you can see there you have mentioned the attendance forms. Just you can find in the chat box, just fill the Google form for your attendance. So then only you can receive your valuable certificate. Here you can customize your websites. It may be some too much technical, but there are, as I said before, there are more and more tutorials in website, YouTube, how to build this. Here you can define your pages here, then you can customize your products. If you customize your product here, then it will be automatically updated in the website. Also here you can find the SEO score also, right? So you can build according to that. I know some of the terms will be complicated for you if you are hearing the terms for the very first time. But once you are familiaring and start learning more things, then it will be familiar to you and no worries, right? Here you can add more products, you can define the prices, you can mark whether it's products are in stock or out of stock, right? Okay, so you have built the website. Now we have to check how can we analyze the particular website. So there are many tools you can analyze the insights of the website. How many customers, how many audience are coming to your website every month? How many of you are purchasing through your website? So which page is working really well? Which page is not really working well? So there are two pages and one page is 100 customers per day, right? And the second page is 2 customers per day. So comparing to the page A, the page B is not working really well. So we can remove the particular page to B, then replace with page C, which work really well, right? So those are, you can get more insights about the websites through many tools like Google Search Console, Uber Suggest. So let me show the example of Uber Suggest website optimization. So as I have said earlier, just mark those names: Google Search Console, Uber Suggest. So there are more and more tools you can use. Like, okay, here I have already searched for Amazly Gives, right? So there are more issues related to Amazly Gives website. So here you can identify those things and work on it. 37 pages have lower word count. 2 pages with duplicate meta descriptions. So the meta descriptions and everything we will be studying in the upcoming sessions. 14 pages with duplicate title text, 2 pages with without heading one text, 11 pages have multiple meta description tags. So those are the things. When you go to the critical errors and the warnings, recommendations, you can find everything here. But it's a paid tool. So if you are using some free versions, it will be limited. Then there is Google Search Console. I'm not going too much deeper in the Google Search Console. Just get an idea. You can get some website insights through this. Let's just start now. Then you have to sign in with your Gmail and everything. You can get more insights about your websites through this Google Search Console, right? So I hope that I have covered most of the things. At last, there are some few tips if you are building the websites. Just consider on the page speed, right? If your page speed is low, the customers will go to the next website, right? The customers are not waiting for your website to purchase something, right? The second thing is don't give them too many options here, right? In MS website, they don't have much options. They can select the product, they can add to cart, then they can check out. There are 3 steps for them to check out a photo frame. In the MS Leaves, they have 3 steps to complete the checkout. Let's take an example. There are 2 websites. One is MS Leaves, then second one is Birthday Gifts website. In the Birthday Gifts website, to complete the checkout, they have to go through 11 pages. They have to give their personal information, who are you gifting for, and the delivery information, and the blah, 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 blah. And they have 11 pages. In the MS Leaves, you have only 3 pages. Which website will you prefer? MS Leaves, right? So you have to focus on how many steps that you are giving to the customers to check out. Then page speed, also grab their attention in the very first 3 seconds. In 0.08 second, customers scan everything in the website. So just keep the website attractive. So those are the tips I want to give you. Then use the white space in the website very carefully. Right? So these are the white spaces. So the white spaces will help you to highlight these particular products, right? Though they have also reshared the attendance form. Just fill this to mark your attendance. Then only you will be eligible to receive the certificates. So just use the white space effectively. So then it will be help to highlight a particular product, right? So those are the things I want to highlight. So is there anything from your end? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. So in the description chat box also they have a Google form to mark the attendance. And here I have attached my NGL link to get your feedback, honest feedback about the sessions. So that's why I have included my NGL link. This is 100% anonymous. I can't see who has sent this feedback. So just scan this QR and send your honest feedback. Whether it is positive or negative, that doesn't matter. Just give your honest feedback. So how was the session? So what are things I need to improve and was it helpful or anything? So just scan the link and give your honest feedback, right? So that's why I include the NGL link. Otherwise, I would have included the Google form. I don't want any of your name or anything. I just need only the feedback, right? Or any question from your side? I think I have taken 7 more minutes. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? So if you don't have any questions, we can wind up the session. So I was waiting for someone to ask questions, so then I can share one more thing. But none of you have asked any question. So just giving the tip, you can build and launch your free website on Canva for free, right? So if you know the basics of Canva, you can design a website, then you can launch it for free. So just I wanted to explain, but none of you have asked any questions. So that's not my fault.
Okay. Before we wrap up I kindly request all our participants as well our speaker to turn on your cameras so we can take a group photo to mark this wonderful session, please. Okay, thank you very much for all. Marketing Mastery series, and until then, have a good night.